What's up, guys? Cerebro here for T3G, doing something a little out of my depth, but we're gonna try it out, see what happens, see how I do with it. We're gonna be doing a case review here. We've got our Rosewill Blackhawk case. It is a mid tower, close to a full tower if you ask me, but you know, yeah, it is classified as a mid tower, and yeah, let's get on with it. Alright, so here it is. Got a nice wide opening here on the side. You've got your visual, so if you want to do some nice lighting internally, you're going to be able to show it off. You've got your 120mm fan on the side here that you can drop in to get that nice airflow. You've got two spots up here. One is already in there, which is nice. It does come with two up front already, so already a lot of airflow even without having to put anything new. The really cool thing is, I'm going to pop this off real quick just to show you guys what I thought was really nice. Right up here, it does have this paneling, so in case you only need one optical, which most people do nowadays, it actually has the spots, so you can drop in another 120. So you're going to have a lot of airflow. This is going to keep your stuff real nice and cool. It does have kind of a filter system up here on the grilling, so there are kind of, it's got some felt filtering up here. So that'll keep it nice and clean, but definitely, you know, still want to maintenance your stuff on a regular basis. The front pops off real easily, so if you, for maintenance especially, super easy, pops back on no problem. Up top we've got 6 USB slots, which is pretty sweet. You've got 2 3.0s and 4 2.0s. You've got your audio input and output, power and reset, and my favorite feature, you've got your hard drive slot. So it's actually covered. Get this off here. Whatever. But yeah, it does come covered, which is nice. So it's actually protecting the actual SATA slots. But yeah, I mean, up to a full-size 3.5 drive can fit in here. So if you do work on externals, or if you're working on stuff that's, you know, you need to just plug in an external if you need to get some data off an old drive or whatever, super easy to do. One of my favorite features. The front here, it does have 3 slots for the opticals or anything up front, obviously 5.5 drives, and then it actually does have a double cutout on the 4th slot, so you can put in like a card reader or, you know, anything like that. On the back, we also have a 120mm fan slot, so you can cool the back of your board, which can be very important if you're running a high-end system. Obviously, you want to get the most amount of air onto your board as possible. Keep everything real nice and cool. Obviously, back here, actually the side fan's on there as well. I didn't notice. That one's black. It's not clear, so that's why I didn't see it before. We've got, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 8 slots back here for PCI Express, PCI, whatever you need. Bottom mount PSU. Your standard I/O slot. You've got another 120, again, another 120 fan. So this thing's loaded. You don't even need fans. You've got your routing for your water cooling, which is really nice. So if you do want to, again, if you want to run a higher end system in this, you definitely can, no problem. You've got your thumb screws here for working on it. So if you want to open it up, it's just very simple. Thumb screws out. So yeah, it's real nice. We've got our side mount hard drives, makes it real easy to access. It actually does have, they are plastic trays. They kind of are reminiscent of the old Dell trays actually, but they're nice and pretty straightforward. Single clip. It's toolless design, so they'll just kind of, it'll spread apart. You'll drop the drive in, you're good to go. And it does have the SSD slots on the bottom here, so real nice mounting options for that. Everything is toolless here, which is really cool. I actually really like this little design, so you can really make sure that everything is lined up. It does come with the standoffs already in there, which is really nice. You know, something you don't have to worry about getting. So they're already attached, they're already put in place, so you don't have to worry about lining anything up. Everything is good to go. Let's actually see what's in this box. Probably some cable management materials. Yeah, you got your board, speaker, you got some zip ties, and a plethora of screws and more standoffs. I mean, this is a top-notch hookup here. They really give you everything you need to make this really cool. And it's got a really big Velcro here for cable management. I'm a huge fan of cable management, as I'm about to show you here. And here it is built up, guys. So the big thing with this case now is there is a pretty good amount of space for everything. A couple of hiccups that we caught up were the power lines for everything up here. So your power button, your USB headers and everything like that. That actually runs right underneath here and it goes over. The catch there is that the top 5 1/4 drive, it just slides under that. So actually the first time we tried putting it in, it actually knocked the USB cable off. So, you know, Rosewill, if you're watching, tuck it under something. You know, make it arranged a little bit better, because there's no reason why I should have to sacrifice that top port and move it down one because of poor design, really. It did fit, it just kind of took some doing. The only other thing I could say, the power line for the SATA up here, the actual Molex on it isn't the greatest. It took quite a bit of effort to get it connected, so that wasn't my favorite. And the biggest thing is the space up here. Now the fan is just above the bottom of this right here, but there definitely seems to be space above this. Now if you want to do gaming, which this does have the ports for gaming for the water cooling, if you wanted to do a gaming setup and do water cooling, you'd have to take this entire top apart to get a radiator up here, if there is enough room. I think there is. We didn't go so far as to take the whole thing apart, but if you're going to do a radiator up here, it's kind of a hard one to get to. The stealth case has a really nice, easy pop-up open top. There's really no reason that this couldn't have had the same thing. So I don't know, maybe this was built first and they went to the stealth second, but got stuff hooked up to me. But yeah, so I would say, you know, add the pop-up top. It's got to be an easy add-on. So pretty decent amount of space back here overall. Fit pretty much everything. The case might not seem like it right now, but the side does come right on. I don't really need to force it on or anything like that. So that's good. It's got enough space for that. If it had another ½ inch of space, I wouldn't be mad. Just to kind of make things a little easier and easier to maneuver and not have to worry about so much making everything as flat as possible. But otherwise, I mean, this case has proven to be a pretty good setup. Yeah, really not a whole lot of negatives besides what I already mentioned. Overall, I like it. 2 out of 3 guys recommend it, and I think this is a good case to go with, especially if you do a lot of testing or a lot of transfers. This top mount, or this top slot for the SATA drive, I think that's a key for me. I mean, I'm probably going to this case for my NZXT. So that's how much I like it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, this is Miss Cerebro for T3G with our Rosewill Blackhawk. I had to look back down at the box. Blackhawk review, and yeah, definitely make sure you check out t3gtech.com, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about it. Signing off.